A triple kill, but Son of Finn, he'll deny the plant. Easy super kill. Oh my god! Son of Finn will find more!
7 seconds left, they gotta pick up the diffuser, but Tommy lines up both! Tommy with the 1v3!
Device, mission shots, he's gonna have to go for the
Oh,
he pushes on through! Dylan is better!
Round 2, and there's another as Tyrant is finished off, and they all line up for Bone!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SCS Season 5. We've got one more match on the day. If you missed the last match between Synthetic and PDHM, it ended in a 1-1 tie. 7-2 on the first match for PDHM, 7-5 for Synthetic on the last. Now, we've got No Plants versus Arial Arise, two teams who, if I'm not mistaken, are in playoffs contention. So, of course, they still both, want to get as many points as they can, want to elevate their seeding. I'm Crow, as always. And it's been a while, but I finally get to cast with Lynx again. Carter.
It's been...
I'm excited.
The last time was Invite 2018 Grand Finals, which was a banger of a match, but unfortunately not been able to cast since then. And yeah, it's nice to get back in the booth with you. And as you said, Arial Arise versus No Plants, of course, the former of which being one of the, greater teams that T3 has seen in quite a while. And one of the latter teams, and No Plants being in contention for CL, one of the teams that was thought to make the relegation match. Obviously, didn't end up doing it, and in fact, in SCS as well, they find themselves just below Arial Arise in the rankings by only 1 point. So even a measly overtime victory in one of the maps could possibly boost them either on top of Arial Arise for the moment or closer in contention with that third place spot. But both of them, as you said, in contention for relegations right now, below Smoke Break and far below Team Mystic, but still above Nemesis, still above D2E. So is it a great spot? No, but better than D2E and Nemesis. That much is for certain.
Yeah, so I mean, for Arial Arise and No Plants, this match doesn't have the most on the line, but specifically for No Plants, they really want to get at least 1 point on the day, put themselves at that 3-point threshold between them and D2E. Because if they do that, you know, D2E go up against Team Mystic next week, and they have a sub. So, you know, with the way they've been playing, I don't think anybody really expects them to 2-0 Mystic. I don't expect them to. I don't even think D2E expects to 2-0 Mystic. So at that point, you know, even if No Plans just gets 1 point on the day, they're pretty much good. And then, you know, even if they go up 2-0 and Arial Arise just have 10 points, if D2E tie Arial Arise still have the head-to-head. So, you know, there's still some stuff to work for, but this isn't a huge match, but I'm still sure that these two teams are going to put most of what they have on the line, especially No Plants after unfortunately falling to Smoke Break in the Challenger League qualifiers. I wonder if they're going to have a new fire lit under them. And speaking of No Plants, it is Dunkey, GXD, Junior, Blanky, and Siberian. These 5 guys have had a mixed bag so far in SCS. They're exactly 3-3, and they'll be going up against the juggernauts of Arial Arise, Og, Wings, Adapt, Dami, and Woods. Adapt being their newest pickup as Lava has left the squad. He's decided to take a little break until he's 18, so they brought Adapt from Neo in to replace him.
Yeah, I mean, you described Arial Arise as juggernauts, but I think at the very least in SCS, it's been hard to fully attribute that term to them, or at least a term you could attribute to them just a few months ago. They have the same record as No Plants, 3-3, and the round differential, I believe, they both have +2. So in most factors, at least on the scoreboard and team rankings, they are the exact same. They've both had a pretty hit or miss season, and I think underperformed a lot of expectations that we had on both rosters. No diss to Smoke Break, but I think they've definitely exceeded expectations in a lot of regards for how many points they've been able to nab on those standings, and it's No Plants and Arial Arise that have seemed to suffer in that department. At least, though for some player on the stat board, they're not looking terrible. Og and Dunkey both topping out both teams with fairly similar stats, actually 62, 52 KD respectively for both of them. So not terrible, also doing fairly well on the entry for both teams, but then you have players like Siberian, who are kind of lacking a bit. You know, he is a support, so you don't expect him to be super high in the rankings, but 0.71 is a little bit below the rest of the pack. And if you look on the side of Arial, a lot more consistency overall, 1.16, 1.13. The ceiling is a lot higher, and the bottom player of Woods is a bit more close. But again, they both have the same ranking, so no matter what kind of stats Arial seem to be putting up, it's not translating into victories for them, or at the very least, the amount of victories and the amount of points that they would like.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that we need to highlight. So not only do Arial Arise have a majority of their players being above a 1.0 rating, whereas on No Plants, you only have 2 that are 1.0 or above, but the primary supports of Woods and Siberian, Woods is doing significantly better despite being -13 on his KD. Siberian's -7. That's a whole 6 kill difference, but there's such a huge disparity in their rating. I mean, Woods is even negative in the entry department, whereas Siberian is even. But if we want to attribute that to the cost, 61% for Woods and only 38% for Siberian, as well as Woods having 7 plants, the most in this lobby as a whole. So I think that's definitely a huge factor as to Arial Arise's, you know, slightly higher success than No Plants. And if you want to look at the staff predictions, I think, you know, Arial Arise, just again, their history, kind of their reputation precedes them. Most of us are expecting Arial Arise to 2-0. Kaz and Keg, of course, with a No Plants 2-0, which is that would definitely be an upset. I think at this point, especially with how Arial Arise has been performing, and especially, you know, the unexpected roster change of Lava to Adapt, I think Chief probably has the most sensible prediction right now.
Yeah, I was looking at Chief's prediction of a tie, and I'm beginning to sway more to that direction. And as you said with Arial Arise, especially recently in the past 6 months, it is hard to decouple the reputation they've had and the name that is associated with that roster and just the aura that they exude just by being under that banner with what's happened in the past 6 months to what's happening right now. Like they have good players on that roster. Don't get me wrong. Og, Woods, Dami. These are all great players who have succeeded in a wide variety of areas in the past, but it has just not translated as well to SCS, whether, you know, for whatever reason you want to give it to. So when we have predictions like this that are so strongly in the favor of Arial Arise, you could look at that and say that, hey, Arial Arise must be a really strong team because they do have the potential to be. That much is true. But a lot of the time, it honestly might be on some of us as casters failing to really think about how Arial and Rise have performed in SCS, and we're letting that cloud our judgments. Because, we're fallible like everybody else. We might be smart at the game sometimes and we analyze, but we're just as susceptible to those kind of name brand recognition that everyone else is. So honestly, looking at this predictions, whether it either should be more like Chief, or a lot of us are saying, people could tie, or at the very least the no plan split should probably be a bit more even if we're being fair to both sides.
Yeah. Vermey is actually in our ears right now asking if we would like to change our prediction from Arial Rise to a tie. And I'm gonna use my one swear card for this stream. For May, I ain't no bitch.
I'm not
Sticking
going
to
to
my guns.
I'm not going to use any of my swear cards, but I will. Same logic. I do not like switching.
We gotta stick to it.
Yeah, exactly. If you pick a team, you gotta stick with it. Like even if it starts looking grim, even if it's not looking good, even if you're playing Clubhouse in Oregon for the 86th time, you gotta stick with it, and you gotta try and make an argument of what you have. But as you see, we'll be playing Clubhouse in Oregon. Bands started out, Cafe and Villa gone. We had a lot of hope. We had a lot of hope at the beginning. You might see a couple new maps, and then Chalet and Coastline got dropped, and it's like, oh no, the last 3 maps are Consulate, Clubhouse, and Oregon. God, why? And now we're here. It's Clubhouse in Oregon. Now I will say, I still like Clubhouse more than most people. The more I watch it, I feel like Clubhouse has become much more polarized. Like, it's either really fun to watch or awful. So, depending on which one it is.
I mean, Arial Rise are a fun Clubhouse team because they're
true.
They're a very good Clubhouse team.
That is true.
Oregon, if I'm not mistaken, hold on. If I can reference my notes real quick.
No,
I think Oregon's been an auto ban for them. Where's their last game?
I don't
since I casted an Arial?
I don't have exact stats, but I don't really associate like Arial Rise with Oregon. Like, it might be an okay map for them, but Arial Rise.
They used to play it.
Well, I know I know when they started out they used to play, but I mean like recently. I feel like it's not their biggest
recently.
map.
They have not played Oregon nearly as much, so this is probably going to be a little bit of a new look.
I mean, it's gonna be a new look no matter what with Adapt on the roster.
Well, I do know that Adapt is going to be fulfilling a flank watch position. The reason why Lava left the roster is because he didn't want to go back to flank watch. They wanted to move Dami back to entry. So we've got Dami back on a more aggressive role. Yeah, I mean, I think okay, so here's how it's going to work out. I think it's Og and Dami on the duo entry, Wings on the nades, Adapt on the flank watch, and of course Woods still on the hard support.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of interested to see how that team dynamic works out. Of course, you've still got Og, you've still got your entry and your support. You're just kind of shifting around 3 more players who have all played, those roles before. Like the Nomad was something that Adapt would play pretty frequently on Neo. Wings has played Sledge before. Dami's, he was the entry during CCS when they won that season. So I mean, it's not too odd. But there's still always some discrepancies when you go through that. So I'm wondering whether or not they've had enough time to shore those up.
Yeah, I mean, with Adapt coming on the roster, I mean, Adapt is a person that I mean, at least in the case of Dami, they played together before. I couldn't tell you exactly, Woods, Og, and Wings, but we'll just have to see. We are getting in the match. It is Clubhouse first up. We can look at the ban phase to see how things might shape up and how they might influence the newer play style on the side of Arial Rise and whatever no plants have to bring out, as obviously Siberian got introduced, but they've still, at least I feel like, been more of a cohesive team recently than Arial Rise has been. That might be kind of wrong, but you get what I'm saying. Either way, what do you think do you think it's going to be a Thatcher ban first up? I mean,
of course it's going to be a Thatcher. Why would it not be a Thatcher?
It's
a Maverick. Never mind.
That doesn't count. That's basically the same thing. I mean, it's not, but like,
that's true.
In terms of frequency, that happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's Maverick. Maybe
Hibana
a Thatcher,
next?
maybe a Capital, maybe a Hibana. There it is.
Hey, you know what? I see this as an absolute win. We get a match with Thatcher.
Yeah, a Thatcher and Thermite and Ace, who will probably be played every single round. If I'm not mistaken, maybe just Ace some rounds, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see both, especially for those downstairs takes. Mira.
Again,
also,
it's Mira.
Yeah, I mean, like
is
you
this
said,
going to be a snoozer? Yeah, it is.
There's
Well,
Kay.
I mean, Thatcher's up. Like, I mean, You didn't have to ban the Cade, but like, better get him out of the way. Just, don't
Yeah,
have
I
to
mean,
deal with him.
better safe than sorry. It's
If you
whatever.
can't tell by our enthused reactions, that ban phase was
That was a heater, man.
it was a bit of a snoozer, if I'm being honest with you. I've seen
first
better.
sight, it's gonna be Church. It's gonna be that downstairs floor, and there you go. Thermite and Ace, both going to be run by No Plants. Okay, this is interesting. Valk, Legion, Aruni, Echo, and Mute.
That's an interesting lineup.
That is probably the weirdest downstairs lineup I've seen.
Yeah, that's
No Malusi, no Smoke, no Maestro.
no Jaeger. I mean, obviously Jaeger not as strong.
Yeah,
but
no Jaeger or Wamai.
Yeah. Huh. I'm okay. I know we had like an absolute like sleeper ban phase, but now I'm actually intrigued to see where this goes. Og has already lost 5 HP. Unlucky for him.
That's what you get for being a child.
That's why you don't play this game
Okay, so they're
underaged.
Aruniing.
They're ruining stock catch. Harrison and I are just not going to talk. We're just so intrigued by what Arial are going to do.
Okay, so they've got the rotate. Okay, they've got the rotate in the center blue wall. Oh, this is a roam. Okay, this is a roam setup. That definitely makes sense. You've got all the info for the Valkyrie. You got the Legion. I imagine the Legion and the Echo are going to hold down sight, right? So you got the early warning signs from the Legion. You have the extra intel and the denial on sight from the Echoes. Or, no, okay, there's Echo drones upstairs.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
They've got the Mute for drone denial. There's the Aruni also roaming upstairs. So I wonder if that Aruni on the blue hatch is just to deny the rush?
You have Junior on Ash.
This is... Okay, Adapt.
I'm just going to start naming ops. Okay, there's only one... Okay, so... Okay, Woods and Wings are clearly playing some... They're playing some kind of fall off, just trying to get intel, then rotate back. So it's Dami and Og who are the ones roaming right now. So Legion, not even on side. Okay, well, maybe he'll rotate back now. He's going to miss a drone either way. So I guess it's going to be the Aruni and the Legion roaming off site. I mean, I think that makes sense of all the ops if you want your 2 C4s playing closer to site to try and play off of that. And with a P10 Roni and a T5, those are two extremely good guns, and the Roni in the hands of Dami could work extremely well as well. So I think that makes sense. But like with every Clubhouse roam setup, it just depends on how long they can waste time upstairs or how quickly No Plants are able to clear them out. They've already opened up Jacuzzi Wall with a minute in, and Junior, watching down below, is checking to see if anybody like Dami or like Og is going to rotate back down through Gym Bedroom. But they've already rotated over to that eastern side of the map. They're inside of Cache and they're inside of Garage. It's taking No Plants a fair bit of time so far to catch Arial Arise on these positions, and honestly, they might be able to rotate back if Junior doesn't rotate over to cut them off, and if that's the case, this has been a successful roam for Arial Arise so far.
Yeah, I mean, a minute and a half down, but Dami's going to be the one to take the first damage. There's the cutoff from Blanky watching through the server window. We saw one of those yokais that was placed upstairs is kind of droning Dami in, making sure everything's clear before he makes his ascent down back to the site. But it's Wings with the very first frag, playing downstairs as the Valkyrie. He's got the info with his cams, and he will take out Siberian, your Thermite. One of those all-important hard breaches. Every single one of those that you lose on a basement take could be absolutely detrimental, and with GXD taking a little bit more damage and the kitchen hatch being opened, the attack will start to set up their execute. They've successfully flushed out this roam, but at what cost? It's been over 2 minutes. You've lost your Thermite, so, I mean, you've already lost 2/3 of GXD's breaching potential to open up kitchen hatch. That means Moto's going to remain closed, Blue is going to remain closed, and you've only got one to try and put down on the church wall. 3 players from the attack are going to try and push down main. They'll be able to successfully make their way through and go towards Moto. It looks like it's going to be a kitchen Moto take. Diffuser in the hand of Blanky, who I believe is still up towards kitchen. So I imagine this would be a kitchen plant attempt with the ace there with the smokes to try and support. With only 18 seconds left, No Plants need to make their move soon. And look at this. There's even still a Rooney Gates up. There's likely still Yokai drones alive as well. There's still a C4 in the hands of Woods. As Donkey tries to make his way through, he's searching for an angle, but there's the C4 from Woods. Og's position unknown. Woods gets a second. It is all up to Blanky. He gets one in the hallway, finish off the downed Valkyrie, but Woods is there for a 3K. And Arial Arise's very unconventional roam gives them round number 1.
I mean, good effort to Blanky at the end, but, I mean, overall, that was fairly cut and dry in the favor of Arial Arise. It was 20 seconds left, and still so much utility left on the site and so many walls that remained unopened that No Plans just failed to take a hold of, is compounded by the fact that they lost Siberian, who hadn't made as much of an impact as they would have liked. That was well done by Arial Rise overall, wasting enough time. They didn't even really have much of a presence on that west side of the map, and No Plans kind of got in their own way. They were very thorough on that side, ensuring that nobody was playing inside a bedroom or gym. But because of their thoroughness and because of their failure to capitalize off of any of the roamers rotating back down from cash down red stairs, they didn't have anybody over there. Their only person was Junior down below, and even him was over down below gym, under pool table, inside a strip, seeing if somebody would rotate that way. So for No Plans' positioning, they didn't have a good enough idea of where the roamers were, and nobody was in a position to cut them off, and so much time was wasted trying to hunt them down. By the time they could actually make anything happen, they were a body short, utility short. As a result, they just had to walk in to Arial Arise completely locked and loaded, and it was just a bloodbath event.
Yeah, that was a fascinating roam.
That was very interesting.
Instead of the Aruni being upstairs to facilitate the roam, it's instead placed downstairs to help prevent the rush. The goo mines aren't there to prevent the rush like in the SSG tactic. It's instead upstairs for extra delay power along with those mute jammers. And they've got the Valkyrie playing on site for the C4. Got the Echo on site who can even drone out his roamers with the Yokai.
That was cool.
Yeah,
that was I like watching that.
And I know I don't think Arial Rise have a coach, if I'm not mistaken. So that must have been off the dome from one of the players. That was really cool. I wish I had enough space in my notebook to write down every facet.
I mean, it works, so you might as well give it a second shot. But as for this Clubhouse defense, it's something much more traditional to what we've seen on other defenses. You do have Dami bandit tricking, which is not something we see as often anymore, but something that still will get brought out from time to time. And unfortunately for him, it didn't work out at all. The right panel of plat wall has now been opened. Still 2 minutes and 15 seconds left when that wall got open. So good pace by No Plans, who last round struggled with allocating properly, but they also struggled with keeping their thermite alive to where he could have a big impact. That plat wall's been opened by him. Good job, but now you're missing potentially that other exothermic unless that garage wall's been opened. No, he hasn't. He was going to put it on the wall, and then he got shot down. So you've lost your thermite again, where he could have used his final exothermic in an impactful position. You have to allocate GXD's ace charges to open the wall that Siberian was going to. Hey, you started out good. You got that bit of map control, but you're starting to repeat and make the same mistakes you did last time, or at the very least, succumb to the same play that Arial Arise is bringing out in the round prior.
Look at this. They've got perfect intel on this man trying to push Aug out from below. The Valcam's still outside. You can hear the nade being cooked, but the ADS is still active, and I think Donkey might know this. There's the first burn. He's going to go for the second with pressure from the Ash as well, but unfortunately, they'll only do chip damage to Aug. He's still alive inside of R90. He'll see the sledge, but can't react in time, and Donkey does claim Rafters for his own. Now we've evened up at 4-4, and No Plans do get that Rafters control. Now you've got Wings down below. He's watching and waiting, but the attackers are aware of his position. Great kill by GXD to take out not only one of those roamers downstairs, but also a C4. You still got two in the pockets of Dami and Adapt, but you know, any of those downstairs players that you can take away, and any of those that can deny that default plant spot that easily, that's a huge boon for No Plans. Gas canisters now coming out as well from Woods. That's the first one. 45 seconds left on the clock. You can delay, if you space them out accordingly, maybe 35 to 40 seconds, like in total, because the gas canisters are about 10 seconds each. There's the second one going off as well. You can see Adapt has prepped the condor. If he jumps out there, he can look through the server window and deny the default plant spot as well. Junior's there for the cutoff down lobby, just in case any of those C4 ops try to rotate downstairs. This is a good position for Junior to hold through the last 20 seconds as EMPs start to go off and GXD will start getting this plant down. But look, it's not by default. Dami C4 misses anyway. He tries to go over towards the breach, but there's Adapt's run out, netting the kill, denying the plant, but Donkey is there with a triple. It's just Dami now in a 1 versus 3. He's got to try and deny up over the shield. He'll get it, and it's 0-0. What a clutch from the Bandit as he doesn't even need that last kill. Round number 2 goes the way of Arial.
Hey, Wood says it all right there. That was definitely a low-worthy play. Dami threw a C4, got it stuck, then had to readjust because he got new info on the plant spot.
It back up too.
Dude, that C4, I cannot believe it didn't get shot by someone. I mean, no one really had an angle, but he picked it back up, and I was like, okay, cool, I guess. Like, C4, nice. Then he They managed to find info on the plant spot, but Adapt's run out. I honestly thought we were going to see that get shut down by the person playing top rafters, and he did end up getting traded out soon after he got the kill, but the reaction by the coverage, I believe it was Donkey, it was either Donkey or Blanky on rafters. I think it was Donkey, but correct me if I'm wrong. He just wasn't looking in that direction, and he unfortunately had to react and flick over, and by the time he did, Adapt still managed to get the kill. And even then, Dami's in that 1v3, manages to rotate out behind the shield. Somebody was inside of Garage, but they were all the way on Garage stairs. Not in an angle they could actively contest, or at the very least, in the little short time span, they might have been able to catch him on a really long angle. Rotated back up, and Dami escaped completely unnoticed. Very well played by Dami on that Bandit, and redeeming himself with the Bandit trick not working out earlier as well. It's been a good aerial rise defense so far. That round looked a bit shaky, but great recovery.
You know what's actually really funny?
What?
That plant denial was Dami's first kill.
It was a good one.
And he has not died yet in 3 rounds. He's the only player in the lobby who is still deathless.
Also, I
Og.
just think it's funny that he
There we
picked the C4 back up. He didn't even get the kill. Adapt just shot him.
Yeah, yeah. I think it went wide out the breach. I think.
It might have. It was in that area where it was like that might kill him, but I didn't think it would. I think it did go right at the breach.
We've also got to adapt on the Frost now. Frost is cool. I like seeing the Frost. Frost is definitely a very interesting operator. Dami will shoot his own Bandit battery to attempt to trick, and he will get one of the ace charges, making only the second one successful. So GXD will only get about half as much breaching as he would have liked, though on the other side of the map, Siberian takes out that Jacuzzi breach. A very important wall to open. That all-important Jacuzzi wall, and they've, got him and even to pressure out bathroom. So it's pretty damn early. I'm surprised that the defense didn't really have anything to deal with it, but here comes the push-in, and it's looking like an aggressive play from the Sludge, but now he'll think better of it and back off. But I mean, now that no plants have Jacuzzi open, again, the biggest problem for them now is taking Dami out of catch.
That's certainly one problem, but also handling Woods on this bathroom wall. He's clearly trying to play not super aggressively, but he's holding it with a shotgun, waiting for someone to try to make a brazen play in and punish it. So as long as he remains alive there, I mean, Donkey only has 1 frag grenade left, and beyond, if he misses that, there's not a lot of ways to take him out beyond just managing to find him in a gunfight. And playing close with that shotgun, it's kind of like Bathroom on Cafe, where if you don't have a frag grenade to take him out, that could be a big problem. But Donkey just walks in. He finds his head, doesn't even need the utility. Junior's down as well. And while No Plants managed to find a couple kills, Arial Rise find a couple of their own. Now 2 on the floor, 1 still alive, or at the very least, 1 still has his gun up. It's Siberian. The man who's been the opening pick 2 rounds in a row now has to clutch an effective 1v2 for his team. Dami's got a C4, but he has to rotate back into sight. Arial Rise have to go for a retake because of this roaming setup. Wings gets spotted, but the shots go wide. He manages to make it back in the site, laying some pre-fires down through bathroom, but he might not know Siberian's going on a flank. A little bit of a last-second one, trying to be as stealthy as possible. One will bleed out, but isn't spotted at that con doorway and finds the head of Siberian easily. Honestly, with Wings rotating in, I thought he might have been able to get it depending on the timing, but Dami playing there so patiently. Again, good recovery by Arial Rise. And to counter that push in from No Plants.
Yeah, it was really early. No Plants just had Jacuzzi open and they had a man on the balcony, and that was kind of it. I didn't expect it to go as well as it did. I'm not going to lie. We ended up in a 2v2, but with Junior down and Dami being able to swing GXD on the plat wall rappel, didn't expect Dami to win that fight, but he did. Meaning that Dami can come in from construction, the Jaeger rotates through main. I mean, there's really no way for the Thermite to win that, because if Thermite takes the fight in bathroom like he did, you've got Dami swinging Con. If Thermite pushes Con to take the fight with Dami, you've got the Jaeger in bathroom. So that was kind of an unwinnable crossfire there for Siberian at the end. Couldn't even take one out with him, and it's 3 in a row from Arial Rise. It is a flawless defense so far. And they'll be doing that very, very intriguing roam that we just saw. Same exact operator lineup. I would imagine playing it a very similar way, because No Plants didn't really do much to counter it. They just kind of went for that hard clear and really fell flat on it.
That's always interesting when you see roam clears go out like that, because it's not like Arial Rise, they got into a skirmish with no plants, but managed to fend them off, or they got a kill. I mean, Siberian died later on, but it wasn't, you know, directly upstairs, I don't think. It was just no plants, just taking a lot of time, being thorough, and where they were droning so much was not where Arial Arise were. The mute jammers obviously aided in that. You can see Woods placing one at cash door, so that is strongly going in the favor of Arial Arise if no plants aren't able to manage to find a way around those mute jammers. But hopefully this go around, no plants should be able to know that, okay, they didn't really have a lot of presence over on that gym master bedroom side. Let's try to focus on that CCTV and cash side. You can already see at least 2 people, or I guess only, actually not, GXD is just repelling in. Watching the hallway inside a kitchen to make sure that nobody ends up going for a flank outside. And the hatch right above Dami actually gets opened up, but Donkey will rotate off. He's allowed to play inside, and they're going for this same west to east clear. Jacuzzi wall opened up first, and this means that they'll play exactly into the same strat Arial had last time. No plants will slowly have to clear out those mute jammers, and the more mute jammers they clear, the further back Arial will retreat.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing about this defense, too, is that the roamers are proficient enough to not, you know, be stuck on an island and to fall back accordingly, and you still got more than enough coverage down on the site or players close to the site to fall back and take the roam. And I mean, you see with the way no plants are clearing, they're wasting so much utility. They've wasted already an EMP and a thermite charge on a downstairs defense where, unlike the SSG roam, Arial Arise still have everything closed off. You still need that breach, and with how much utility is down on site, like the goo mines, like the echo drones, even some disruptors still there, possible black eyes, and the Aruni gates, you're not going to have all those EMPs at your disposal after that roam clear either. And look, a minute 30 hits. Arial Arise know that they've wasted more than enough time on this roam now. They've wasted a thermite charge, they've wasted an EMP. The rest of them will all start to fall back. Siberian, though, alive. He'll be able to get use out of his second exothermic charge, and he'll use it to open up that Moto hatch. Whether or not that serves to be the round-changing advantage that No Plants needs to actually take this defense, or take this basement attack, that remains to be seen. But now GXD, not opting to use his breaching on Kitchen, instead will allocate all 3 of them to that church triple wall and make Adapts highly exposed behind this black box as the Echo. He's going to really have to be careful if he still wants to use those yokai drones later towards the execute.
That slight bit of time might just be what No Plants needs to make this work. Before, they weren't able to open up Church Wall. They weren't able to open up much, but instead, Adapt will peek Dami too, and they find GXD and Siberian. The Hard Breacher's job has already been done, and Junior will try to stop the bleeding, but that's already man count disadvantage with 30 seconds left, and last time, pushing into all the utilities still up was a big issue, but they've taken down the wall, and they've taken down the Aruni gate. They might just be able to get the plant. Junior goes on in, he's holding blue, and meanwhile, Blanky will get the plant behind the desk. The head is spotted, Dami goes down, it's a double for Junior. He might find the third, yes he does, and the plant goes down successfully. It's Arial Arise on the back foot. They know one's in blue, but they might not know that Og is rotating in pulse spot. Woods will go for a wide swing the SMG-11, but that's not the gun for that kind of fight. And if Og tries to push out, and now he's all alone, it's an easy gunfight for him. I was going to say to lose, but he actually managed to trade out with Donkey. But it is a trade, and in a 1v3, that goes the way of the attackers.
Much better attack there from No Plant, and it looks like that was the advantage they needed. Siberian being alive, taking that Moto drop down, wasting only a minute and a half rather than the 2 minutes 10 that they had on the previous roam clear. They knew what to expect, conserved a lot more of their utility. I like the adjustment to open up the church wall as well instead of the kitchen hatch. Kitchen drops like that with barely any time. Those usually don't work unless you have like someone in either like dirt or like a blue split, which you don't have. You're just going full moto. Opening the church wall was definitely the right decision. Sure, they lost the initial swings, but Junior going absolutely huge, moving into the church wall, hiding behind the black box, ending up with a triple kill in the round, effectively saving it for his team there. A huge difference maker. So No Plants, though it's a little bit late, better late than never, they finally take their first round in Arial Arise. They say, nope, we're not going to play that defense again. You know, No Plants, they seem to have it figured out. We're going to go up towards cash.
Yeah, once No Plants got that church wall opened up, and they managed to... They almost lost the plot with those 2 kills. I believe it was from Dami and Adapt. They looked like they almost lost the plot, but they managed to recover. And then once they had the church wall open and church itself was clear, they pretty much had everything on lock at that point. It's probably a good idea from Arial Arise to just not even go for that position again. But do recall, this round required a 1v3 clutch from Dami in order for them to win it out. Now, thankfully, No Plants played their planting positions extremely poorly, or they just got unlucky on timing, whatever you want to call it. it's still required a clutch from Dami to make this work out. So while you might be mitigating a risk, not going to basement, a site you just lost, you also are going to a risk because now you have to try and show us that you don't need a clutch situation a second time, and you've made adaptations to your strategy. So far, Wings is in basement once again, adapt once again across the map. Everyone seems to be playing their position, so this is going to come down whether Og can survive on rafters or whether Wings can make a fuck happen, and that'll be where the round is decided, at least in the early game.
Wow.
That is unlucky.
You just can't do that. Like, that's not going to work. You have to time that. You just have to time that better. There's no way around it.
This is just painful.
I mean, Dami does get the thermite charge, but, I mean, you literally just used 4/5 of your hard breach to get one ace hole open. That was brilliant bandit tricking there by Dami. Some of the best I've seen in T3, and really, really poor play from No Plants. Really mistimed there. I mean, they had no one on server window to kill him with perhaps a nade. They had no one below either because of those roamers down in lounge, namely Adapt and Og, who was playing in secret, and they just tried to go for it. It didn't work. You actually even got Wings below. So it looks like Arial are definitely playing for that vertical C4 presence. But I mean, the fact that No Plants now, they are out of hard breach, and they're going to have to try and take garage now with only 3 people. You can't push cons because of no breach. You've now lost 2 players pushing garage, and there's still someone playing bottom garage, still one in rafters. This round should be as good as over.
On top of that, you don't have Junior playing down below because they either had... No, they didn't even have to rotate up. Just Junior is on plat wall this go around, maybe to either watch the breach or something. But Junior was the one last round watching down below inside of lounge to make sure nobody made the type of play that Adapt and Wings went for. This time he's on plat wall, so he can make an entry here, and he'll at the very least find Og, but he's got to find one more to even the man count, and Wings is looking to punish No Plants for their terrible play early on. Junior still shooting straight Siberian 2, and suddenly it's a 2v2. One outside, one inside the site itself. It's Junior alone on an island, but Wings still has a C4. He can rotate below and join Woods on red stairs. This could provide an opening for Siberian to go for the plant, and in fact it will, but Wings might still have info in the site. Depending on whether that Val cam on the rack got shot, they could still find Siberian on the plant. It's going down, but Wings might not know. He might be going for the wrong spot. No, he does go for the right spot. Good play by him. And now it's Junior to do what he does best and try and go for the frags. 20 seconds left. He could try to bait out the plant or at the very least stick it. It appears he might know someone is on red stairs. He's just waiting to peek, but no, it's Woods to peek sooner. And as you said, Harrison, that was an Arial Arise round to win, but that came a lot closer than it should have.
Yeah, thanks to some good play by Junior and Siberian finding one. I think I was Adapt in bottom garage for whatever reason as well. Junior's entries, I mean, have been pretty on point when No Plants need it to, but I mean, just relying on that in and of itself isn't going to work every single round. Arial Arise had every advantage in the world, and Wings making the really smart play to go below, get that C4, deny the plant. After that, he goes up garage because he knows Woods is on red. If you try going for that default plant spot by server, or if Junior tries to play aggressive over towards red, I mean, it's a 180-degree crossfire that you're just not going to get yourself out of. You saw it when Junior peaked red, he actually started getting shot in the back by Wings before Woods killed him. And it's back to church for Arial Arise. They're going to go for not the exact same roam, a very similar one. This time we have an adjustment. Og will hop off of the Legion and onto the Malusi. 2 operators who do not the same job, but similar jobs in a sense. They give you that, early warning sign. They give you that intel. They're a nuisance to deal with. Only the difference is Malusi gets fewer, but they're bulletproof. So they're a little bit harder for the attack to deal with, and you don't have to stay alive. You don't have to regenerate them throughout the round. You can just put them down and play however the hell you want, and that's the perfect style of play for a gunner like Og. So I like this adjustment from Arial. You just have to stay tuned to see if it works out.
It's a very good adjustment because if you remember last time, once No Plants actually managed to get around the bomb site and start going for an execute, they were able to move in fairly quickly once they actually managed to open church wall, take down those Aruni gates, and, well, they actually had time to do things instead of 20 seconds left to push in what was effectively easily Arial Arise favored in the man count. Og switching to that Malusi. Now when they rotate back, No Plants have more utility to destroy once they actually try to go for their execute. On top of that, it's utility that slows them. So, it's kind of hitting 2 birds with 1 stone if you're Arial Arise. But what that does mean is you don't have as many goo mines on the roam, and sure, you've got those mute devices. You still have really strong guns like Dami upstairs to hold, but it might go a bit quicker for No Plans to end up clearing out the roam. Dami's also in a bit of a tricky spot right now, right below Logi Hatch. Has an option to rotate out of Con, but if that gets played pretty quickly by Donkey, maybe a frag grenade sails on in while Dami's not expecting, he could get killed, but no. Adapt will continue droning him out on the top floor, using that yokai drone to guide his way back home. And it appears to be Arial Arise once again on track to waste about minute 15, minute 30 seconds of time.
Dap now clearing the way, as he said. And Og, though, instead of falling back, he'll make a stake in Garage instead. There's still one man inside of Cash. It looks to be Dami on that Aruni. Minute 45 left in the round for No Plants. Donkey moving now into kitchen. Siberian going to join him shortly. But as I say that, Donkey is the first one off the board. He walks into kitchen and immediately gets blown up by Wings. It's not a hard breach as your first frag, but it is the sledge. It's one of your most important operators for that vertical destruction if you're going for a kitchen take. And it's nades now off the board. One of those important pieces of utility that could burn Aruni gates or destroy the Malusi Banshees. It's now a minute 15. GXC has made his way down towards main stairs. Go ahead and try and open this triple church wall again. He's got all three in his pocket. He'll likely use all three here, but here's another really big difference from Arial. They've still got Og upstairs, preparing for a late flank that he can probably pull off at any time, though Blanky's upstairs in logistics, watching towards construction, waiting for Og. Blanky should win this fight. Og comes right into him, but no! The timing! Blanky just runs away! Og now has free reign of this top floor. There's still holes above kitchen, though no one on No Plants is actually there. I really hope they've got a drone upstairs to watch for this, and one of their dead teammates is on it, because Og can go for a massive play, though Wings is going huge downstairs. He'll get a second one. GXD finds Woods, though. There's Wings now down. We're back to an even 3v3, but I'm still waiting for this Og flank. Dami down on site. He fell Siberian. That's your main diffuser now down. It's just Blanky and GXD. And look at this. Og is above Moto. They'll see one, but no. The shots reveal his position and his intentions as GXD takes out a player on site, but no, they've got no clue. He denies the plant through the ace holes. It's just GXD in a 1v2, and Dami finishes him off down long. Arial Rise, it looked really shaky, but Og there on the flank, and Dami and Wings on site lock out the 4-2 half. Or sorry, the 5-1 half for Arial.
My heart about stopped when Dami pre-fired that body. I was terrified.
I thought it was over.
I thought he was about to get domed with the moment he dropped down, but he still managed to find the planter, so good on him. But it's a 5-1 half. Obviously, in the numbers, very dominant in their favor, and Arial Rise have had a couple dominant rounds, but most of these rounds I feel have been fairly close. And a lot of the time, especially a couple prominent examples, that last round being the most recent of which, it's come down to the wire for Arial Arise, and No Plans have looked like they've been able to crawl their way back. It was in the favor of Arial Arise. They lost the sledge, so that's so much soft destruction that is useful on a basement attack. You no longer have the frag grenades as well. I don't remember exactly how many he had utilized, but still, if they hadn't, that's a piece of utility that's shut off. No Plans were able to work angles specifically in front of Church Wall and find 2 kills and even the man count. Sure, you had Dami afterwards, but it still shows that No Plans are capable of bringing rounds back if you give them room to do so, or if you peek in an ill-advised way. So while it is a 5-1, No Plans have still looked fairly strong so far in this match. It's just been Arial Arise. Timing has gone their way in certain instances. Clutches have gone their way in certain instances. Or if they have won a round, it's just been by the skin of their teeth in certain situations. So it is 5-1. Arial Arise, they only have to win 2 more rounds on a Clubhouse that has drifted more attacker-sided. So it's still favoring them. But No Plans haven't looked terrible.
Yeah, I mean, the only dominant round there was the very, very, very first church round. Like you said, all the other rounds have been, at the very most, 1v2s?
Yeah, it's been a lot of 1v2s, 2v2s, 1v1s, 1v3 that Dami clutched.
Yeah, which actually came down to a 1v2.
True.
So, I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, these rounds have been spectacularly close. Now, Arial Arise, they'll have to clear a different kind of church roam. A little bit more of a classical one with, you know, the Vigil on roam. He's probably got mute jammers there to assist him. Most of the players, though, are going to be on site, so it's not, you don't have as much dedicated to this roam play, which can be good, depending on how you're playing it. You've even got the impact still from Blanky to try and deny the kitchen drop down. You still got Siberian on smoke for that last second denial too. So this is pretty standard from No Plants. I'm sure Arial Rise are experienced in clearing this. They're probably well equipped. They know what to expect, but doesn't matter what you expect. You still got to actually put that plan into action. Donkey for now just avoiding all the wayward shots, wasting as much time as possible. It's already been a minute 15. And I mean, even if he dies now, he's effectively done his job.
That's true, but he is kind of playing his life right now. One outside on the balcony,
That's
and
unfortunate
I was about to say, Adapt in garage, who will catch Donkey, peeking the window, but then right as the thermite peaks, Donkey looks the other way, and the timing goes the way of Arial Arise. So open pick in the favor of them, but as you said, Donkey wasted a fair bit of time. Maybe should have, when he was peeking down red, maybe he should have taken the chance and rotate, but Og was also watching down below, so he was really a dead man walking no matter what. He had to fight his way out, and unfortunately for him, timing did not go his way. And what this means is Arial Arise now have the opportunity to go for any sort of soft destruction or any sort of hard destruction they want. Blue Hatch is soft, so they won't have to worry about wasting a thermite or an ace charge on it, but they do have to worry about allocating their time. Junior's still in blue. That's an easier position to take since the recent patch and the Jaeger change, but with how little time, it's a similar situation to what No Plants saw that very first round. They have to clear out utility, but also one thing's been done for them. They do have to clear out a shield and an ADS, but Church Wall is open. If they manage to take down Siberian behind that shield, quickly burn those ADSs, Siberian will be in a rough spot, but that's the question, whether or not they can take these final 35 seconds, get that shield, get him out of that position, navigate all those smoke canisters, and then somehow manage to get a plant down. It'll take a lot, but they'll put Junior on 1 HP to try and start things off. The gunfights seem to be going their way. It's not Junior to fall, but instead Siberian. The smoke used a lot of his canisters. GXD will get 1, but Dami gets 2, and it's Blanky in a 1v4. He manages to find the ace, but he doesn't even fire his gun. It's an easy match point for Arial Arise. I thought that might have been a closer round, but in the end, it came down to gunfights and poor positioning for some members of No Plants.
Yeah, that was definitely the most dominant round we've seen so far in this match. Happens to, as you said, put Arial Arise on map 1 point. Although it took a little bit of time, that was still an excellently coordinated clear of that visual upstairs. They forced him back into cash. Like you had mentioned, I really would have liked to see Blanky or Donkey fall off earlier, but the fact that, there was one coming up rafters, there was one on the red cutoff, there was one in con, there was nowhere for him to go at all. Even if he got one pick there, he would have been instantly traded off. The fact that he didn't was just, an even greater boon to Arial. Their execute was just all over the place, but like in the good way.
That strat has to go to the graveyard.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
The open church wall, I don't know how I feel about that. Especially with
I remember
the
that was a team aesthetic strat that we saw.
Yeah, especially with the Jaeger nerf and not bringing a Wamai, just relying on that smoke shield there. I don't know how I feel about that. Also, the blue drop working out really well. I think they killed Adapt and then Dami just like styled on 2 people.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
GXD got 1, but there was already 3 people all storming after him.
Yeah,
so.
and Dami just he does what Dami does best, I guess. Now he's on a more aggressive roll. He's now 9-2. Also, I was wrong about the rolls. So they got Dami on soft breach, wings on Ash instead. That's definitely interesting. And Adapt. Adapt on Thermite because you don't need flank watch on Clubhouse. If you take
What do you mean he's not going to play Nomad?
If you take Nomad on Club, you are
scum of the earth.
Trolling. You're trolling. I don't know what to say about that.
Some people are just big ARX fans.
Play Iana.
And they don't like Yana.
Okay. There it is. Why wouldn't you want to play it? Iana is so good now. 2 nades, gone
Dude,
6.
okay, dude, I'm gonna be real with you. I got something weird about me. Something about Yana G36 Cybertruck Hollow. It feels good.
No.
It's like I get that I'm weird, but I kind of like it.
No, you
I
either
feel kind of
run,
adventurous.
You either run the ARX or you run the G36 with a 2x and an angle.
Well, why don't you shut up? How about that?
Yeah, well, why don't you get out of gold, nerd?
Well, Donkey will get shut up pretty quickly, and maybe you should go back to gold. I'm just kidding. It's unlucky for Donkey. He's a very good player. Unfortunately, he's just relegated to Cam Dooney for the final 2 minutes, or final 2 minutes for the next 2 minutes. It's Arial Arise once again managing to take out Donkey on the roam pretty quickly in the round, and this go around, it'll go the exact same way. Plotwall opened as well. Garage opened probably about a minute 45 seconds prior. Arial Arise seem once again to be in a prime position, or have achieved prime positioning and not only clearing out the roam, but managed to take out some of the lurkers, or managing to take out some of the lurkers around the site if they manage to springboard off of this property.
What?
Never mind. Junior just
What?
sent Dami to the Shadow Realm. Wow.
What?
He literally just Superman dropped and domed him. Like, that was a kill straight out of, like, John Wick or something.
Like, that was...
Wow.
That is a junior
That was
moment.
a junior moment right there.
Wait, did you see how perfect the ace breaches are? What the hell?
No, I didn't. I
Dude,
was
look
too
at
busy.
Dude, Woods is like a
Interesting.
savant. Like Rembrandt on the ace, bro.
I can see the golden ratio in that breach hole.
Dude, that's incredible from Woods. But he's not the one with Diffuser. It's Adapt, and they'll go ahead, open that ace charge in the reinforce. Now, what that does is it allows Adapt to just sneak in behind the bomb plant, and your standard C4 will go right through that hole and hit rafters instead of the planter. Og on the cover will take out Blanky as the gas canisters come out from Siberian, but the C4 is too early from GXD. You won't be able to deny anything. He'll be able to shoot wings down, but is instantly traded out by Og. Siberian's last gas canister goes out with 30 seconds still on the clock. Now full blind, the cutoff from Platwall, cutoff from Garage, and Adapt going for this plant. Siberian has no choice but to just try and swing it. This cover from Arial Arise is fierce. Shouldn't be allowed through at all, and it's in fact the planter himself. Just come right off the defuse and finish off the round. Arial Arise take round number 8. It is an extremely one-sided 7-1 victory on Clubhouse.
I like at the very least I was talking about, hey, no plants, those rounds were close. Like, it's a 5-1, but they were, 1v2s, 2v2s, like they could have this.
And their defenses were just
then they
they
literally fell asleep. Like Junior did the Superman drop, impacted the floor, and smoked Dami. But, like, that's what Arial Arise essentially did to them, like, overall.
He grav spiked.
Literally. He
became ruined from Black Ops 3.
Yeah, that second half, like, it was only 2 rounds, but Jesus, that wasn't even close. Like, that was brutal.
Yeah. That wasn't pretty.
Yeah, that was not great. But either way, good on Arial Arise. You won your map pick, 7-1 as well. So now all you got to do is focus on the next map pick of Oregon. Now, hopefully, No Plants will both in the scoreline and also in terms of how they play, especially coming off that one-sided second half. Hopefully on their map pick, they might be able to bring it back. And as you're going through these replays, look at all the great plays that Arial Arise brought out. Still can't believe that Dami somehow managed to get away with that. That was kind of weird. Overall, there were a few moments in that game that was like, okay, that is happening.
Yep. I mean, doesn't that happen a lot when Arial Arise plays?
Yeah, sometimes. Haven't been a lot of junior moments, though.
We did.
No, I mean, like, no, but we had, like, wait, what?
We had positive junior moments.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of, like, really
that's
stupid
what I mean.
junior moments.
Like,
yeah,
last...
we were expecting, like, okay. You don't know the meme about junior moments? This one from when he subbed in for D2E and RSA, and he was just doing some, like,
it was
really
strange,
really dumb stuff. So we just started dubbing them junior moments. But this time they were pretty positive. Really good entries into the site to open things for his team. I mean, the one round that they won was off a junior 3K. There was that rafters drop that, I mean, was really dumb,
but it was really cool.
But he got his 1-for-1,
and it looked awesome.
It did look awesome, especially from the spectator point of view. So Arial Arise, they don't really look like they've slowed down too much, bringing in Adapt.
No.
But speaking of Adapt, I mean, his performance, it was so good. That shit looked like the battle plans.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, dude, he was doing thermite. He was doing so much stuff. He got the plant down, got the final kill. I agree. That's what I'm saying.
It was pretty good. Google, show me this guy's... I almost said
you messed it up!
Show me this guy's cost, please.
God,
Meg,
dude.
If you would. Dude, I almost said the actual line, and Ferme would have gotten really mad at me if I did.
Bro,
I had no choice,
dude,
but to stop myself.
Oh my! Why do I even talk to you, man?
I messed up the bit, but look at that, Dami and Adapt.
It doesn't matter.
We've even got the star next to Dami's name.
It doesn't.
9-3, a 3.0 KD.
Dami got a gold star for getting sent to the graveyard by Junior.
9-5 for Adapt. They did tremendously well. 87% cost for each of them. But I mean, you look at No Plants. Not a single person positive.
Ooh. 37% cost twice.
25 for Blanky.
Your top is 50 twice.
Wait, those entry stats don't look correct.
Those entry
Arial Rise
stats
had
look kind of
1,
odd.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think they should be reversed. They should be reversed.
I was about to say, I'm like, that'd be kind of
Arial Rise had 7 out of 8 of the entry picks. It was Wings, Adapt, Woods died first, Dami, Adapt, Wings, Adapt, Wings. If
I don't
I'm
know.
not mistaken.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably, I would just give those entry stats to No Plants after that one. You know, give him something,
So a little victory.
something to feel good about. a little victory. But either way, it's not out of the game for No Plants. I mean, again, that was Arial Rise's map pick. We talked about on the pre-show how they're a very good Clubhouse team. They have looked very strong on Clubhouse recently. So No Plants struggling to fully clinch around, save for Junior making a big play one go around. It makes sense. Now it's just a matter of whether or not they can win their map pick. Remember, this is best of 2, no best of 3. So this is the final map to be played, and it's up to No Plans to try and decide whether it's going to be another 7-1, more dominant, or whether they're going to actually make a comeback and we might have a close map on our hands. And remember, they're also tied to the scoreboard. It is both teams have a record of 3-3, and they are, I believe, is it Arial Rise have 10 points and No Plants have 9. So this is
Arial Rise are now 13.
Yeah, this is incumbent on No Plants to try and get as many points as they can. They won't be able to clinch that third place spot anymore, but they have to put as much distance between them and D2E as possible, at the very least, for comfort.
There we go. Entry stats are now fixed, as I had mentioned. And when I had mentioned them, I was
Correct.
right on the money. 3 for Adapt, 3 for Wings, 1 for Dami, and an entry depth for Woods. Look at that. My notes are freaking impeccable.
You literally write like you don't have hands. They can't be impeccable.
And my handwriting isn't, because I'm writing like really fast, but you know, I have notes. See?
Why do you even take notes? You just like remember 80% of it anyway.
These are my notes.
I don't
My
know.
notes are great. I don't have really anything for the last 4 rounds because Arial Rise just started killing everything. Earlier rounds I do though.
All right. Well, either way, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. Crow and I are going to talk more about his notes and how they can be improved on, but we have Map 2 Borgen coming up soon. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We've got one more map for the night. We just saw Arial Arise pummel No Plants into the ground.
Yep.
On map number 1, it was a 7-1 victory. Though, it was Arial Arise's map pick. So you kind of expect him to win it. Now we go on to No Plants map pick of Oregon. So hopefully we've got a better showing from them. Though Oregon and Clubhouse do play kind of similarly. They are pretty linear, pretty hard breach heavy maps. Both kind of starting to lean towards swing or V-swung.
We are back at 30 seconds, and you're already being a downer for No Plants. Like, come on, dog.
I'm just trying to be realistic.
You just telling it like it is. You straight shooter.
Just telling it like it is. Trying not to, read out the full Google line.
What?
Oh, hey Google.
Oh my God.
Show me.
Let's just not acknowledge that. That was
Anyway.
a dark moment, not only in our history, but in the history of the world as well. I
Yeah.
don't think we need to. That was.
Well,
That was like
as soon as the players are ready, we can stop looking.
it was like the
at
Genghis. It was the Genghis Khan of Siege moments.
As soon as the players are ready, we can stop looking at our dejected expression.
I'm smiling. I'm not too dejected. I feel fine.
You're dejected.
Yeah, I am. It's unfortunate. I have to
You
watch
can't fool
Oregon
me.
again. I don't want to do that. I can't fool you. You can always, again, you're such a straight shooter. You can literally just see right through me.
It's
Whatever
funny.
facade I have.
It's funny because I'm not straight.
Can you go like every broadcast, man? Every broadcast, like
It's
Listen,
like this. It's
I'm
like
all
this
for pride.
urge builds up inside of me. But
All
we
right.
are now into the map. We
We
can stop
are.
stalling. We can talk about something that isn't my.
yeah, where you gonna go out of this one? How you gonna
can
write
talk
your way
about-
out of this hole?
something that isn't my.
Just say bands. Just say bands.
my
just say the
preference in
bands.
men.
Just say the okay.
I'm gonna do the bands. It's Arial Arise. Of course, they're starting on the defense, so they get first ban. Thatcher or Mav. Will be Mav.
What a shocker.
Woo!
Can't believe it. And it's going to be Thatcher probably because it's Oregon. We might see a Hib ban. Hib's very strong.
Could be Hib or Ace.
Could be Hib or Ace. That is true. Ace tends to be banned a bit more on Oregon. So who knows? But it's going to be Thatcher.
It is Thatcher.
So that didn't matter. That whole discussion, I should have just,
All right.
kept
All right.
it
Call it. Which team bans Cade?
Arial.
Really? You think No Plants don't ban out the Cade?
They might
Because
risk
Arial
it.
do start defense first.
Dang
there
it.
is.
I
Like
just
said,
I,
Arial
my,
Rise did start defense first, so I don't know if Plants want to risk that.
my thought process was like Max, Ariel, Cade, but like I know Max isn't on the roster, but I was like maybe they just like him a lot. They miss his presence, and it will be Valkyrie banned out next. She's also seen an uptick in her ban rate recently, so not at all surprised. In fact, I'm actually kind of surprised we didn't see her ban last time. Not to say the bans of last time weren't understandable. Just Valkyrie is very strong and it's been banned quite frequently, it seems. So she'll be taken down on Oregon. That means we'll have Mira like we had last time, and you will have. No, Cade was banned last time. So just the Mira and the Hib will be in play, and no more Thatcher and no more Valkyrie. For the first ban coming up from Arial.
It's a Rome.
I was about to say, it's almost like we're on Clubhouse, or I guess really any extension Rome, because this is kind of the bog standard lineup for what you would expect from a Rome. You got the Mute and
What?
Zamazi, Jaeger in the spot. I said bog standard. That's just not an uncommon phrase.
Bog?
Yes.
Like swamp?
I don't know. Like, I gotta look. Now I gotta research etymology.
Why do they
because you
call
want
it
to
a
second
bog
guess.
standard?
I don't know. I'm not British, okay?
Why are you using British slang?
I don't know. Like, why do you eat spaghetti with chopsticks? We all do dumb things.
Cause I'm Chinese.
Yeah, but you don't need to eat spaghetti with chopsticks. Just eat it
I'm
with a
used
fork.
to it.
Listen, I get these. Like ramen, go for it. Asian food, go
They're
for
like
it.
the same noodles.
And I get that they're the same noodles, but there's just an experience about like twirling a really good like bowl of spaghetti on a fork. Like it just, it's so good.
Attackers have located
It's so satisfying.
Speaking of food, I can't wait to finish the rest of my crab legs after this game.
He was literally shucking them like they were corn. He had this weird tool that he was taking off the shell with.
Yeah, dude, I can show you guys the tool after.
Do not
Dude, it's
show the
really-
tool. Do not
it's
show the
really
tool.
Weird looking.
It lit. It literally looks like it looks like they took like a plastic utensil, cut off at the top, and then put like a miniature crab like pincer on the end.
Yeah, and you use it to like shuck it. You shuck it.
Crow also eats the shrimp shells.
They're fried, okay?
It's
If
still
they're, like,
shrimp shells.
All right, leave me alone. Let me eat shrimp all I want.
All right, fine. I'll leave you alone.
I've been eating it like that my entire life, and it hasn't hurt me yet. But anyway,
Fair enough.
there is, in fact, a roam. There's 3 people currently on the first floor, with Og upstairs, leaving only Woods the Smoke on site. If no plants read into this, hey, they can probably just, rush on down and just kill Woods and get the plant off, but they will opt to just try and take this. Try and clear out this roam as fast as possible. Dami now repositioning inside a meeting. Og now top white, searching for this Ash. I'm not quite sure if Junior saw him. It didn't look like he did, but Og will play passive nonetheless. And as Junior rushes by, we'll just ignore that guy in security despite taking damage from him. Og now moving into Attic, kind of backing himself in this corner, but it's a C4 from Adapt. I don't know what Junior's fled. That was a Junior moment, and he'll be the first frag.
Dap was waiting for that one. It's like we saw Og opt not to take the gunfight, whether to bait out Junior or just to rotate off because he didn't think he'd win it. Then Junior went up the stairs, moving past Wings, despite 50 HP worth of damage, to try and chase after Og, and it appears Adapt right into it perfectly. Now Dami's also rotating back, spot Donkey, put a bullet in the shoulder, put him down to 50 HP as well, but he'll be able to rotate back. There's still Wings on back tower stairs, but he'll also rotate down and join Dami downstairs. So far, just like the very first round, it seems to be a successful Arial Arise roam, wasting an exorbitant amount of time on the side of no plants. They do seem to start to have... How did he get up there? Oh, he rotated through Attic, that's how. I was like, when did he get up in BT3? Won't manage to find one. Dami finds a second, and well, Og doesn't find one. He only spots one, but it's favoring Arial so far.
Og's trigger discipline right now is impeccable.
For a 14-year-old, it's off the charts right now.
Oh, and there it is. Finally, his patience will net him the kill. Will jump out T3, happy with the Nomad. Siberian finds one, but he's instantly refragged. It's Blanky now on half HP in a 1 versus 4. As the Mozzie has used his C4 to rotate out of Attic. It's an impact to the face. Chucked by Wings. Unfortunately, the Iana will receive the pitch. And it's a very dominant first round for Arial Arise, coming off a well-executed roam. No plants. Really just had no idea what hit him.
I felt like I was watching the forest scene in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's just a group of people all slowly just walking into trap after trap after trap. And Arial Arise just knew every move that they wanted to make, but no plants wanted to make before it even happened. I mean, it started with that C4 onto Junior. Looked like an extremely good way to start out. But Arial Arise all decided to rotate to Big Tower. Then they had Wings bait people out, rotate down. Dami to sit back just a bit, see if you could catch anybody pushing up, rotate back down. Then when they all thought it was safe, you got Og. Little old Og. Sitting on T3, he gets 1 kill. But I think that was his only kill in that round. He maybe got a second, but that was overall safe for a second kill on Wings. An even effort for everyone on Arial Arise. And even then, Woods didn't have the opportunity to do anything because he smoked on site.
That was such a good roam that the smoke didn't even see anybody.
Woods did his job. He was just,
He sat there.
He sat there. I'm sure he called out some stuff.
Dude, there wasn't even a Valk. So he couldn't even, like... he couldn't even flip through cams because the defaults were all down.
Can you imagine if there were literally no defaults up and Woods just sitting in a corner like, well,
Dude, I would have loved to see,
like... here.
Actually, wait, we have the replays. We can look at Woods' perspective of, like, just what he was doing to idle that round.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that after? You want to do that after?
Do you think he was just, like, drawing in the wall or something? I feel like that's a very Woods thing to do.
Now I really want to go back after this match and see if Woods was doing anything.
We got a Smoke, and a Goyo, and a Jaeger and a Malusi. Whole bunch of utility, as well as denial here for Arial Arise. They've even got the mute for that added drone denial on their top floor defense. Plenty of holes through the floor as well to hold on to key positions from above that the attackers might try and take control for. Dami and Adapt, both downstairs, could potentially play for C4. I believe there's even a third defender now joining them. Junior, the first man to try and take this fight against Adapt inside the meeting split, but he'll back off for now. Breach starting to go down. despite the mute being up, Siberian's able to open it with relative ease. So, good stuff from No Plants. Step 1 now completed. The biggest threat is not necessarily these players on site. Again, I need to stress the fact that there are 2 C4s down below. Actually, no, just 1 C4 down below, but there's a C4 inside of Attic. Og has it ripped and prepped. Og is going to get out of dodge real quick before that goes and sails over. Smart decision from him, whether he knows it or not. Og will just wait patiently, listen for that sound cue, and once he hears it, or will get ripped, and likely one of these attackers inside of Trophy will die. There are 2 to 3 people in there at all times. If Og just threw it now, it could be a round-winning play.
Yeah, and with how close they are to that wall, it'd be hard to find enough room to flick on the C4 at the same time. It might go up. No, he'll put it back in his pocket. I got excited for a sec, but Og still
can hear it. He's just delaying time.
Exactly. Well, he's just he's using that sound cue, using the hole above the wall, not to throw it over, but to have the sound travel through and to sow the seeds of doubt in the mind of No Plants. And the longer they wait, the more impact both Dami and Adapt could have on the roam. No Plants might not even succumb to the C4 from Og. The longer they just sit, stalling themselves out inside of Trophy, the more impact those roamers could have because they've never been cleared out. Donkey's on that side of the map, but he's more focused on holding Big Window than he is actually clearing them out. It's left up to Junior, and it doesn't even matter because Wings is on the site. He's taken out one of those Big Window players and the one pushing in Breach as well. The Jaeger's doing it all and on 1 HP too. Might find the third, but the smoke obscures his vision. He can't see through it, but it doesn't matter. Dami's down below with the C4. Adapt as well. The roamers don't even have to move back up, but they will anyway. Adapt finds the head of Donkey, takes him off the board. Junior will push in and get kills. That's what he does best, but he might be on too low HP to make an impact, and Adapt will shut down any potential further of that. And Woods gets his first on the board as well. For a second round in a row, it was a good roam from Arial, but that time we really got to saw the site play shine.
Yeah, now the roamers not really being all too effective in anything but wasting Junior's time. And the anchor play, like you just stated, really good from Arial. I mean, Og just wasting time, ripping that C4 over and over again. You saw like every time he ripped it, the players in Trophy would just scatter. They'd be like, ah, crap, you gotta get away. Which was really well done by Og. He just kept baiting it over and over again. I mean, he didn't actually ever use the C4. Like that's the power of just baiting. He wasted like 30 to 45 seconds of the attack just running in and out of Trophy. And you've got Wings on white taking down 2 players. Adapt just swinging everything and cutting down another 2. I mean, that was all over. No Plants just wasted so much time and had little to no control. I mean, all they had was the Breach and Trophy. Junior couldn't come up white. The Zof was on Big Window. Like, cool, you're on Big Window. He just wasn't doing anything. You had no one in Attic. I mean, you're just pushing through bottlenecks. It's really easy for Arial to counter out. So, it's 2-0. They're going to go to their third site. It's going to be dining room, kitchen, and that is definitely an oddity. A shield in top small.
I might be playing dumb. I haven't seen that before. Is that like to try and like block a? Are they playing up there? Are they blocking something?
I've only seen it a couple times. But yeah, they're trying to prevent the like the pushing through bottom small.
Oh, okay. So they're planning on holding that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that's kind of awkward just because how many windows are up top. Like it's kind of a hard position even with an ADS and a shield.
Yeah, it's super tough.
Well, it doesn't matter all that much. No Plants are just perfectly content at the moment, pushing in from master bedroom, that east side of the map. And there are a couple players playing up top. You'd think Adapt on the Maestro would be playing inside a bathroom, holding it in impact tricky, but no, Dami's taking that position because he's got impacts. And instead, Adapt will sit up top with the Alda and try and hold it alongside Og. Send out a magnet and hopefully waste a bit more time. Dami's also joined them to provide either support or a crossfire, whatever they end up needing if the push continues from No Plants. But so far, they've gained a little bit of map control. They've made an entry into Billiards, but beyond that, it's still firmly in the hands of the defense, and No Plants don't seem to have much in the way of being able to make a crossfire. And opening into Attic might just allow some further mobility for Junior, but no, Arrow the Rise have reinforced that wall. This is going to be a tough one to take. They'll have to dedicate, or at least No Plants will have to dedicate more utility to try and take that out, and honestly, even then, they only have one hard breacher. Siberian is the only one. He's got 3 ace charges, which could go for use on the roam. But if you don't use it there, you might be missing it later on in the round.
The Kids Wall will start to get open, and that will prompt the fallback from Adapt, though Og is still left up alone on an island right by Metal. Og is a crack shot, so he's likely not afraid of being up here all alone. But it's the feet
All right.
being spotted below the bunker. I can't believe Junior just got that kill, but Og goes down, and now you've lost your top floor roamers. Dami trying to take one back for his team will only succeed in landing about 25, well, just under 25 points of damage onto Donkey. Odd position from Wings. Top freezer with 2 ADSs, I think, at least. I think he's got 2. Because one of them is in, one of them is in small tower. Was also pop the hatch for a fallback just in case he ever needs it. As now the meeting wall into kitchen has been opened by Siberian. Behind the metal blocks is likely where this plant will start to go down, but Adapt will lose his fight against Junior through the floor. He'll go down but not out, but with such low time and the positioning, he might not be recovered unless by Malusi of Dami. He will be able to crawl to safety through the shower's hallway. Wings will leave top freezer as well. But look at this position. He's got the drone hole to try and stop this plant. But GXD gets the kill onto Adapt, and Wings can't see Siberian just yet. Woods' gas is doing a good job of delaying this plant as Dami takes out Donkey, and Siberian will start to go for it again. Through the drone hole, Wings can't find it, but there it is. Finally, he'll connect on the feet and get the kill. No hallway control for No Plants will bite them in the butt, but there's the no! Blanky nearly misses. He's at least able to find it eventually. Woods put on low HP, but no kill just yet as there's a player still in dining. Junior finds him. Woods low. Pistol is all GXD needs. No Plants. It was really scary there for a second, but they're able to recover round number 3 and they take their first attack.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to seem like I'm biased, but Wings got that plant, and then No Plants won. I was like, oh, damn. I really wanted them to win off the back of Wings seeing the ace's feet through the drone hole, and
he saw his
the attackers not watching Z.
heel.
But still good recovery from No Plants. Again, it looked like they were starting to lose it even after. It wasn't just that Wings got the planter. It was also like they started to lose bodies after that. But GXD and the rest managed to push in, find the kills necessary, and they got their first round on the attack. On the tertiary bomb side, though, but that's about all you really need on Oregon. Just try and repeat that. And if you win the half 4-2, that's about where you want to be. And Arial the Rise will go back down to basement and laundry. The big success here was the roam from Arial the Rise, which was basically went off without a hitch. Not a lot of mistakes made by Arial Arise, and No Plants played in every single step that Arial Arise wanted them to and that they likely planned out for. Will that work the same a second time around? Depends on how No Plants can navigate the info denial from Adapt and Og, or it's whether or not they manage to cut off any of the roamers off as they try to flotate back. Don't do either of those, might be seeing round 1 repeat once again.
10 seconds left before insertion.
See how No Plants up to deal with it. Maybe not have, Junior rush upstairs 30 seconds in the round with no clear, right by a Malusi who deals, 50 damage to him. Og will actually, okay. This is different. We have an adjustment from Arial Rise. Og will start in T3 of
He
Tower
loved it so
instead
much
of
last time.
rotating later. And, well, they know.
They are aware.
They know. There's one drone being taken by Og. We'll spot the Ash, whether or not there's a C4 to follow up. There it is, and Junior... And not even Junior! What?!
Wait, what?
I really thought Junior just got, timinged there because he went on the drone, but it'll actually... that's actually even better. Because you take out the Iana of Blanky, a really important utility op, and you put Junior on 1 HP. So that's probably the best C4 you could have asked for. And Adapt, doesn't matter that Junior was on 1 HP. Adapt just headshots him anyway, all the way from small window onto the big tower rappel with an SMG-11.
Dude,
wow.
I was about to make a joke like, oh, so Og's dead here. Cool. There's no chance
and
coming
he's
alive.
Just, he's just not dead.
Yeah,
and now No Plants are like, yeah, we just can't do this anymore. Let's rotate away.
Let him have it. Let him have big tower. We don't need it. Yeah, that was unfortunate. That's about all I really got to say about that. Just, C4 takes you off guard. Now you got to go for a laundry push, which is probably one of the worst pushes you could possibly do. That is compounded by Og taking out GXD, the flank watt. So now you're left with Donkey and Siberian, who have their utility, But the only one that's probably going to be used for those concussion lifelines might relay a position. But now Donkey's dead, so it doesn't matter. And all you've got is a guy with an AK-12 who misses all of his shots. Og that round certainly didn't miss any of his. Landed all of them and a C4 as well. You can definitely thank the Mozzie for holding Big Tower so firmly in his grasp that entire go.
Yep. Big 3K there from Og on the Commando. That's funny. It's 2 different IQ weapons.
Commando go. That's
Good joke, me.
I love the Commando.
Except Mozzie's Commando is not the same Commando as IQ's.
They're not. They look so similar.
Yeah, I know, right? I was confused too. They reload in much the same way as well. But no
joking,
plants,
by the way. That was a bit.
That was in fact a joke. No plants just didn't know how to take T3. Like,
yeah. It's not even
great.
that they didn't know. They took up all your standard positions, but like,
dude, I want to see.
I feel like the comms on No Plants were like, wait, he's Mozzie. Then right as that happened, it's just like Blanky didn't have any more.
I want to see someone do the PogChamp T3 clear.
I can't even remember. I can't even remember what that is.
It was one.
I didn't cast PogChamp all that much during their time.
Oh, it was one person on each of the 3 T3
oh,
windows,
yeah.
and they
now
all
I remember
break it at the same time.
Now I remember it.
Like, what do you do?
Honestly, that's like that. Without knowing, that's what I was picturing. Not like all 3 windows, but definitely 2 of them. I'm like, what does Og do here? Like, they're all gonna repel. He's gonna get slammed. Probably a frag grenade thrown in to make a move, like it's Garage on Clubhouse, and it's over. And then he just threw a C4 at a window and killed one and basically killed another.
Did you see? I love Donkey's drone just like accepted its fate. Og missed like half the mag and he just sat there.
Just helping him out.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
Bullied
So 3-1 Arial Arise.
I looked down.
Okay.
I looked down at my notes and looked
How
back
did he
up,
just
and
kill that
Donkey
guy?
was dead.
Wait, was that White Van? No.
Oh,
no.
Huh. That looks like the battle pass.
I mean, what do you... That's what I'm saying.
I hate myself, man. It was.
I
Just
mean, like, what do you do? Like,
I
you
don't
just
know. Cry.
like Adapt just slammed that guy, and then Wings just
Junior's
swings
dead too.
Junior. He's Christopher Swings.
Dude, we're gonna get fired after this cast. It is just, dude, it is miss after miss. Wow. Wow.
Kyle Siberian.
Kyle Siberian last name absolutely just railed Wings. Good on ya. And they made a bit more progress in this Storm's attack than they did last time, but taking out the Jaeger, that wasn't their biggest issue. Their biggest issue was navigating around the utility, or at the very least, the threat of the utility from Og, as well as the roamers and the overall site play coming out from Woods as well. So really, everyone left on the roster was a big issue for them last time, and Wings was as well, so there's not a lot of people you can sleep on, but Og will let the C4 rip, and the bark was much bigger than the bite, but not for the SMG-11. One spray takes off the head of 2 members of No Plants.
And the question mark.
Blanky's got 1 frag grenade, a question mark in chat. Life's a puzzle indeed, Og. And Blanky's got to try and put together the pieces of how he's going to clutch a 1v4. Diffuser a world away, or at least what it seems like, in Woods, the SMG-11 brother, will seal his fate. That was a round. That happened.
Wow, dude, Wood said, enough of this smoke BS. I want my frag. And just, like we saw, we could see 3 people swinging trophy door. And
I gotta see
Woods
that one
just
back.
like...
I gotta see
dude,
that one back.
There were like 3 different people all like swinging trophy door. And I just saw Woods' silhouette like leave kids and start to walk up. That was funny.
I like that. I like that Og missed with the C4, and he was just like, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
Yeah. Yeah. Arial now lead 4-1. Although, okay, this is kitchen dining though.
That is true. That is true. The
No Plants did win this site. It could be a 4-2 half instead of the 5-1 we saw last map. Potentially. But
would stop shooting to let it down. I don't know why that was funny. Just he shot 3 holes, saw him rotate, stop, it kept going.
But as we can see, Arial Arise aren't doing that weird top small hold though. So there's probably going to be more stuff dedicated to the kitchen side of things. Probably going to be more stuff, maybe even dedicated upstairs to help those roamers. Because Og was very isolated, especially after the Maestro fell back.
5 seconds left.
Never mind. I was about to say,
Locate a bomb and defuse
let me just see why they don't just bring a mute or something.
Mute would be good here.
The attic wall from going down, like into kids. So that Adapt can play there better. But I digress. It's whatever. This is how they play it. Adapt, Dami, and Og will yet again trio on the top floor. Maybe even having Wings join them as well, though. Putting ADS down, and he'll dip. All right, yeah. So it is just the same triple hold as last time. But again, I mean, like I said, there's no weird top-small thing. And No Plants are clearing this in much the same way. So Arial should be ready for this. And, I mean, again, we'll see if that adjustment is what helps break away that 5-1-1/2.
You know, we'll also see both Siberian and GAXD putting themselves on the attic side of things to try and clear it out that way. And No Plants, as you said, they're setting up at the exact same spot they were last time. So Arial should be expecting this, but at the same time, it was also a very effective clear on the side of No Plants. Not only in part because it did take Arial off guard, but also because it was fairly well set up. About as well as you could, just, you know, the attackers having one side of the map and the defenders having the other side. So they still have to deal with that. I guess we'll have to see how it plays out. That's all I really got to say about that. Og will try and get an angle inside of attic. Not able to see the ace as he opens up the wall, but Adapt just spots the head. Angled perfectly between the walls. But Donkey finds Dami as well. Og functioning much better at the hard right of big window than he was last time. Finds Junior, who's had a bit of a quieter match this go around and not having the best go on Oregon as he was on Clubhouse. And because of that, both the Ashe and the Zofia falling, No Plants will retreat. They don't really quite know what to do now. The top hold has worked for Arial. Now they have to decide whether they want to rotate, try their luck again. It appears they're going to do the former and just push kitchen.
But this time, instead of Wings and Z holding that drone hole, these top laundry stairs, looking for the flank through the meeting split. Iana Clone will come out. It'll find Woods behind the island. And Siberian looks for the pick. This is definitely going to be scary if Wings remains unchecked. And I mean, GXD is just kind of solo pushing attic, challenging this Maestro. Blanky starts to fall back as a nade deals a ton of damage to Woods. You can see he's a little bit paranoid about a potential flank, and that's what Wings is playing for right now. But he doesn't even necessarily go through the split. He has eyes on that breach. If he doesn't get aggressive and just holds here for as long as possible, he can waste a significant portion of time, but no, he'll go into split. Blanky capitalizes on the kill thanks to that flank watch, and Siberian tries to make his way in. He'll take a little bit of damage, but Adapt and Woods are definitely worse for wear. Here comes the rush. He's just going to try and challenge instead of going for this plant. Blanky takes out Woods. The smoke goes down, but Siberian downed off as well. It's a 2 versus 2, only 12 seconds. Og finishes off one. There's the Iana going down as well. It's all GXD. He drops the kitchen hatch. They know exactly where he is, but he finds one. Only 5 seconds left. Og knows that he can play passive as GXD tries to chase the kill. He knows it's his only choice, and it's 0-0. Og, an easy denial. He won't even get the kill. GXD just lifts off, and Arial Arise take the 5-1/2. A way more fervent top floor hold is what they needed. Finally take their dining defense, and it is just as dominant of a first half as we saw on Clubhouse.
I was about to say, a fervent hold, but also a fervent half for them as well. And I would say this is definitely a bit more one-sided than we saw in Clubhouse. Now, it is Oregon defense, so it's a bit of a different situation. You know, similar play styles, very linear attacks, but it does favor the defense a bit more than the current situation of Clubhouse does. Then again, last time, Arial Arise's attacks looked so dominant, maybe they just have a handle on attacking linearly in that fashion. One difference right off the rip, No Plants didn't bring Hibana all that often. Remember, she's unbanned. It's Thatcher and Mav taken down. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think No Plants really brought her all that often. They were focusing mainly on the ace. But now, Arial Rise are combining both the Hib and the ace in the very first round. Am I wrong on that? Am I crazy? I don't think they brought the Hibana all that often.
No
I
Plants?
Yeah, No Plants.
I don't think they brought her at all.
Okay, that was one of those things where I just wanted to check that because
yeah,
like
I
was making sure.
I think they stayed with a pretty consistent Ashe,
Ashe,
Iana,
Zoph.
Nomad, Ace, Zoph. Yeah.
It will be a similar lineup
fairly
from Arial.
certain.
They will sacrifice the Ashe in favor of the Hibana. They're keeping Adapt on that hard breach roll in tandem with Woods.
You know,
We'll have to see how that works out.
I'm a little disappointed Donkey 6 picked. I was gonna go, yes, Carter. Just what they need. The Rook. Buddy.
Hey, that
Just fuck
armor
off.
can help sometimes, man. You
It's
would
still
have
an
died,
MP5
but you
though.
go down.
Still an MP5
It's crazy. It is an
And a
MP5.
C4. They've
Does
actually
have
we got 3 C4s.
Wait, does Rook have angled?
No.
I can never remember.
The only MP5 in the game that has angled is the MP5 SD on Echo.
Oh. I just started talking mid-sip. That was awkward. Oh. We're good now.
Yeah, because the 2 MP5Ks on Wamai and Mute have an integrated foregrip, or integrated vertical grip, and they removed the angled on Malusi. And Rook and Doc never had any.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Like, all the
It was just the Echo. Echo angled grip, though, those kind of hard. Like angled 1.5?
Switched around. I'm too busy doing schoolwork. I don't know what's going on. Hey, Orcs T5 went kind of mediocre.
MP5, man. And just to take away the angled grip on Malusi. Makes me so sad.
Hey.
I'm glad,
Orcs is a good time.
You know, I'm really glad we're seeing more Iana play, though. See her with the Gone
I'm
6.
as well.
She's
Yana
good.
was always like, I felt like she was always in that like out of the top 5 operators, she was in like that 8 or 7 spot, maybe 6 of like on certain maps that you could bring her. But there was always just so many like more important options. You needed the utility. But as you said, with the Gone 6, those frag grenades, 2 strong guns, and good utility as well.
Well,
it doesn't matter because Junior just shot her in the back in a minute 30. So that one's my bad. I will at least even it and punish Blanky for wide swinging white. Take down the barbed as well. So it's even man count. My bad again. No plans. Take it 4-3.
all right. Finally, no plans have a man advantage. Look at this. The Malusi downstairs, though, gets met with Woods at bottom
Woods
tower.
on the roam clear on the ace.
Yeah, must have had a drone down there to spot him out. And look at that. We've evened the man count once again. Arial Arise, they do have full control of the downstairs. This nade being cooked, if it's well-timed, could be the end of Siberian. It'll clear the shield and deal a very significant portion of damage to the smoke. Now just on 1 point's worth of HP, well, not 1 point, but 1 shot's worth of HP in this 3 versus 3. And Dami still has a nade in his pocket. It looks like Arial Arise are going to deviate from the normal plan and go for this big window white push. Og from below trying to clear the player by the metal bunk. Hard right. He sees the head and he's reacting to GXD. GXD should have had that kill, but Og, the crack shot he is able to land it. And it's going to be the Jaeger to try and retake that position, but Junior instead opts to just swing, and he'll find the kill on Woods. A nade to follow up, though, and Dami finishes him off. It's a 2 versus 1 Siberian on just 1 point's worth of HP, and Og, pushing up white, finishes him off. Arial Arise continue their dominant run into round number 7, 6-1. One more round for a 14-2 2-map series.
Yeah, I don't wanna be that guy, that pins it on someone, but yeah, that guy to the right of big window probably should have won that gunfight. And not winning that gunfight really I think actually I made this same analogy the last cast I did. It's like on chess, on a chess.com where you have like the odds moving. Like when the moment he lost that gunfight, it's
like the bar just
Yeah.
like Junior swings the window and it's the double exclamation point. What?
What?
A blunder.
A blunder. No, yeah, that was they were transitioning to a big window take, and even though Siberian was so low HP, still a smoke grenade and a big window, 3v3, you're not able to cover a lot of angles. That can be tough sometimes, though. Again, No Plants also did sustain some losses in the man count as well. But still in that situation, I'm favoring No Plants. But the moment Og opened that up and somehow win the fight against, was it GXD? Who was it again?
Yeah, it was GXD.
Yeah. The fact that he won that against GXD, I mean, that was instrumental.
And the fact that
for them winning
somehow Dami's nade just like homing missiled onto Junior.
Yeah, it sailed past Junior, but
can
as
see-
Junior
there
was
you go.
backing up into it. What'd you say?
Yeah. No, I didn't know if GXD was gonna find the drone.
Ah.
Well, down to laundry now. This is gonna be No Plants, the start of No Plants Alamo. Their last stand.
Remember it.
Got to take 5 rounds in a row.
Remember that. Will they do it? Possibly. I mean, anything is possible. I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, we saw Neo come back from an 0-5 to win 7-5 last week, so nothing's
Crazier things
impossible. Or
have
sorry,
happened.
not wait, was it? No, not last week. Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Yeah.
I forgot. So yeah, anything's possible.
You said
We
last
could
week-
see
I like
could see a 5-round comeback.
You said last week, and like I literally talked to JJ the night it happened 2 days ago, and you said last week. I
Yeah.
was like, oh yeah, last week.
We're both
I'm
dumb.
an idiot, dude.
It's okay. We all
Hey,
have those
Donkey's on
moments.
Stu stairs though, so like, let's go.
Donkey is
Good
on
for Donkey.
Stu
Good
stairs.
for Donkey, bro.
Stu's
Never mind,
holding-
he's gone now. Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
okay. You know, something that Stu didn't do.
Hey, he did it sometimes. He did
And
it
that's
when
why
I
those
casted
aren't
him.
that's why those aren't Donkey stairs.
Excellent point. An excellent point. Harrison,
Thank you.
Crow, last name Broder.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
They don't pay you at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not entirely true. You're not getting paid right now, though.
yeah, not right now. Other times I have.
We're just doing it for the fun of it. Speaking of fun, Og is probably going to push
'Cause we
down
love
Freezer.
Ferme.
We do love Ferme. Will Og find a kill? No, he's not. He'll just kill Drone like an intelligent person. Also, we'll probably use someone sitting inside that, or working on top of that security hatch. But overall, right now, it's still Arial Arise gaining what bit of map control they can, but they'll also gain an opening pick in the process. Donkey peeks his head just above the Ace's hole in E-Box wall, and he'll get felled. Malusi also has to rotate out of pillars, so the time might start to favor against Arial Rise before no plans, but the map control is looking pretty nice. Man count as well, now that August found GXD.
What? Why did Siberian swing that?
Don't
okay.
know. That was
2
odd.
kills from Og through the freezer rotate. He's looking towards elbow. Long, though. Pressure from Malusi. He'll take a lot of damage as Blanky starts to take into elbow, trying to find more, but Adapt shuts him down. And look at this. 1v4. Junior
I've
on
seen
just
this one
1 HP.
before.
Adapt getting the plant down, and Og completes the 3K all from Freezer. It is a double 7-1 on both maps for Arial Arise. Probably the most dominant series that we have seen this entire freaking season.
All right.
Congratulations, Arial Arise. That was, that 2-0 took about an hour and a half.
Two things, okay? One, remember earlier we were like, yeah, we should, Chief might be looking good with that tie. Maybe, we should see some more no plans.
14-1?
Yeah, 14-1, 2 7-1s for Arial Arise. Second point, that's why you don't switch, baby. That's why you don't switch. You don't switch up on Arial, or anybody for that matter. Because things
How
like that
did-
happen. How did he
Dude.
only die once? I don't know. It's
So,
Og.
okay, so we went from, like, everyone on Arial having, like,
He's on
9 kills,
God
like,
damn.
6 kills. Someone was, like, 3-3 map 1. And then Og just goes 14-1. Basically, what that says is the only round Arial Arise lost, Og died without a kill, and every round they won, Og got 2. That's what that
math
tells
for
me.
you. That's math for you right there.
On average.
average.
Not of course, that's not a hard average because of course Og did get 2 3Ks. So there were a couple rounds where he would, only get 1 kill.
Wow,
But still,
wow.
That
so
is extremely impressive.
Og died.
Wow. Okay.
Og died
Og
to
went from being 1-1 on round 3 to 14-1.
So yeah, Og died on the third
round
round,
8.
and then he didn't die since
he
then.
got 13 kills in 5 rounds.
Diffuser has been dropped.
That's over 2, by the way. That's what, 2.6 per round?
Yep. Good math, Carter.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's 5. 5 is easy.
That's
Five,
true.
5 is a cake.
Yeah, that is a 2.6 KPR for the last 5 rounds of the match. Actually, if he wasn't the one mine that round, if GXD didn't lift off, or if whoever that was didn't lift off, he would have had 15.
That was GXD. And yeah, August Mine would have had 15. Either way, excellent match by Arial. I mean, 7-1 total. We talked about how Clubhouse, while a 7-1 was still very close in a lot of rounds, that was definitely much more Arial Arise's game. Despite it not
Yep.
being their map pick, despite Clubhouse being, at least what we've seen recently, a stronger and more well-played, well-versed map for Arial Arise. I mean, no plans. There were quite a few rounds where they just didn't, it's not that they looked lost, it just looked they didn't have a chance, or that they didn't even know that the noose was tightening around them. And before you knew
Yeah.
it was over. So
Dude, Arial Arise were hammering the nails in their coffin before No Plants even knew that they were getting buried.
yeah, dude, they were putting the coffin in the ground before No Plants even knew they had a funeral to attend. Like,
Dude.
there was such a time gap, a knowledge gap. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, that was just slappage. That's what that was. We can go
Okay.
ahead and look at the stats. Take a look at just how high Og will be rated.
Normal transition that time. Wow.
Wow.
That's a gold star. stat line
Dami
if
went
I've ever seen it.
3-3 and had a 100% cost. What the hell? That just blew my mind even more than Og's 14-1. What?
I gotta contemplate for a second on that one. Hold
Okay.
up.
So that means because at one point he got a double kill. So he only had 3 kills in 2 rounds. So what happened? Okay. So let's say, one round that he got 2 kills in, he lived. One round he got 1 kill in, he was traded. Or like he died in that same round. So we're still missing 2 deaths, which means that, out of those 2 rounds, we've got 6 left. 4 of those rounds he survived. So that means those remaining 2 rounds, he would have had to have been like instantly traded back because he has no plants, he had no counter diffuses.
Bro, we need to start like a detective.
And that's how
agency or
math
something.
works.
That was crazy.
That's how math works, ladies and gentlemen.
They actually need us to get to build the next space shuttle.
Wow, Og went 87% cost. I mean, even Woods 4-3. But if we want to go ahead and talk to the man himself, it's Woods.
Mr. 1.1.
Mr. 1.1. Woods.
I can see myself.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I'm glad we finally got to talk again. So, you guys have made a very recent change. How is Adapt fitting in?
Yeah. I mean, for flank watch, he's been great, especially on defense. So, I mean, not that Gavin was bad at all. I just think the role change from Dami to like Sledge and then Adapt to flank watch, just like, I don't know, it's just sort of elevated us. I don't think we even thought we were going to do that good today based on our scrims, but
Yeah, I mean, 7-1-7-1. It's a hell of a lot more dominant than I think any of us had
Yeah,
predicted. That was
We definitely didn't. We
I
thought it'd
mean-
be closer. for being
I did
honest with
too.
you.
was just.
I did too.
I'm pretty sure that's a crime in several countries. But
Maybe the world. Maybe
you
the
even
world.
had
That was-
actually it's something we figured, right? So obviously I talked with Gavin too about the drop. He was like, I didn't really want to be moved to flank watch, so I just left whatever. So you guys pick up Adapt. Adapt didn't actually play a lot of flank watch. He was mostly on hard breach on the attacks. Did you guys just
Yeah.
figure you really just the 2 maps that were played today specifically, you just didn't really need him on that role?
Yeah, those are the only 2 maps I think we run. Double breach. Yeah, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
And,
it is.
we just gotta buy a sample.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about interesting play, Clubhouse, your church roam. I have
Oh yeah.
never seen that
Yeah,
before.
we were intrigued about that one.
That almost had shades of like that reminded me of like a penguin strat. That was wild. Can you without giving too much away, can you guys kind of walk us through that?
We stole it from Vitality. It was a Fabian strat.
All
Apparently.
right.
That's
I
what they
see.
said.
Well,
Yeah. So, I mean,
Oh.
I think they stole it and then they just tweaked it a little bit. So, that was basically all it was.
hey, you know what?
Actually-
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I have one thing to say though. We absolutely got destroyed by Penguin one night. And after that, they got in a call and then they said like everything changed. Like they knew what he was talking about when he said siege is a puzzle or something like that. So every day they just go into like a battle planner and make a bunch of strats because Penguin told them like what to do. And they've just been cooking up,
Awesome.
I guess. Yeah.
So Penguin's been helping out.
Yeah.
Is-
Behind the scenes.
Well, dude, I can't wait for Penguin strats in CL. So if he can keep you guys on your toes with SCS, that'll be great.
I hope
And we
to God
also
they do.
had,
They do can see them. They destroyed us in
I do
scrims. I hope
too.
they
I
do what
think
they did in
they're-
scrims.
I think the world thinks. I think everyone in the world wants them to do well in CL.
yeah.
If they don't
I
do what they
too.
did to us in scrims, then I'll be disappointed. They just demolished us. They like ran through us. They literally said mid game. They literally told us what to like change in the strat, and we won the round after that.
Really? Wow,
Yeah,
that's
and we
so
just- we-
nice.
Yeah, and we won. So I don't know. They're just helping us out
Wow.
mid scrim.
Good guy, Keegan.
he
Well, I
wa-
mean,
he was
he probably figures he doesn't have to play against you guys, so there's nothing
Yeah.
to lose.
He
right?
was dude. Funny enough, he was the one that told Og just to sit T3 and throw a C4.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
even know what happened. Literally, the whole game, I was basically just sitting on site and droning. I literally had to do
That's
nothing.
dude. We literally said that the first round. We were like, "What's like? Did you even have cams to watch at that point? Like, or were you just sitting like
No.
drawing something on a wall the first round?"
What was the first round?
The first
Oh,
the
the
first round
was laundry.
It was laundry. That was the
Oh,
one
yeah.
where like Dami and Wings rotated back. Og was in T3, killed someone, and like I think everyone had a kill except for you who had 0 and Wings had 2. So we were just like, were you
Yeah.
even doing anything? Were you just sitting there, just like waiting?
Okay, so I had 2 streams pulled up. I had the SCS one because I was like gonna bet on ourselves, so I got free points today. And then also I was watching the crafty tier list to see where I was gonna get placed.
So you were
So-
just watching Crafty stream on site.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd you get placed?
So I was
Where'd
just
you
sitting
get
on
placed?
cam and stuff. I was like B or something. Like it was like
Wow.
it was like SAB or something like that. But
Well,
I'm
you
not too
don't
much of a
tweet lot,
Twitter
man.
comedian. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember one time I was interviewing you and you said you were on TikTok like the whole game.
Oh
So I
yeah,
kind of figured,
that was against
I kind of
the
figured
Audi.
I don't remember
It
who
was
that
like
was
Audi on
against.
Oregon. It was Audi on Oregon. I remember that game.
yeah, something like that. And then there was another weird one. Okay, so you did the church roam on Clubhouse, you won it. Second time around, they cleared it pretty well. Why'd you guys switch
Yeah.
from the Legion to the Malusi the third time?
Og literally just said Legion's useless. I'm going Malusi. That's just what I don't know. We did that in
All
scrims
right,
too.
well
So
that makes a whole lot of sense.
yeah.
And then Oregon. Okay, the one thing, 'cause Oregon was pretty cut and dry. You know, we saw
Yeah.
roams that we always see. I mean, Og holding T3 was a little bit weird, and of course Og going freaking 14-1 was insane.
That was
Yeah.
that was kind of odd.
Dude, he was 1-1 after round 3. That kid got 13 kills in 5 rounds.
Wow.
Without dying.
It's just-
So that was incredible. Why the
Okay.
shield in top small tower? What was the play there?
I think we saw DZ do it in the game a long time ago. And the funny thing, Og every single dry run, he would ask us to dry run the strat, and we would just shut him down. And it got to the point where we couldn't win meeting or dining, so we just said like screw it, and we did Og strat, and it's worked every time. So it worked one time,
Alright.
but it's been doing good in scrims. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, that's fair enough. And then the rest of the map. I mean, I even saw you guys almost. I don't want to sound mean to No Plants, but it almost looked like you guys started getting bored. I noticed
yeah.
like there were some times where it would be like a 5v2 or a 4v2, and I would just start to see all of your silhouettes just like leave the bomb site and start to converge.
That was my chance
So-
to get kills. So I had to do
Yeah,
it.
I saw
It was-
you-
I was just
It
sitting on
was one
site
round.
with-
You swung trophy. You got one.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the first time you guys defended dorms. Like, no. It was the second time you guys defended dorms, I think, when Og got that double kill through the ace breach on attic wall.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw everyone started to swing trophy, and I just saw you, like, leave kids and start to
Yeah.
walk up to the trophy door and swing the last guy to get the kill. So, I mean, you guys take
gotta-
I think that's actually the most... I think that might be the most dominant 2-0 we've seen in this
It'd be
season
hard to get more dominant than that.
so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14-2.
yeah, it would literally have to be a 7-0, 7-1, or a 7-0, 7-0 to be more dominant. than
Yeah,
that, so.
and you guys are... Oh, here's the standings. There we go. Right on cue. Verme's reading my mind. You guys are now at 16 points. Smoke Break have already played. So yeah, you guys keep second at least until you guys play...
Nemesis.
Nemesis. Oh, well.
Yeah. Oh, my
So
sister.
second place. Arial or no. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're still okay. So yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
okay,
with
okay.
the way Nemesis is performing, I love the Nemesis guys. You know, they're nice guys, but they really
Have been
haven't
performing well.
shown up against many people. So maybe we'll see something else. But Woods, you pretty much, I'm pretty sure you confirm your
Oh my
spot
god.
for playoffs. Wow. Wow. Og went 20-7? Holy shit. Oh, we also saw Dami. Okay. On Oregon, Dami went 3-3 and had a 100% cost. I don't know how.
Hold on,
I
wait.
don't know how that worked.
I gotta calculate something real quick.
What do you
He probably got
calculate?
traded or something. He probably got a kill every
Adapt
round
killed
and then got
17
traded.
people, got an 87% headshot ratio.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Dami also had a 72 off 12.
Woods, your team is kind of nasty.
I know. I don't have to do anything, bro. I just sit there.
Yeah.
I just drone and I sit on
Anyway, so
site.
does that mean, do you do the IGLing or is that like wings?
Oh no, I'm atrocious at IGLing. I'm just playing hard breach because no one else in T3 is good at it. So I have a free spot on a good team. So I'm just being honest.
That is true. So I assume, is it wings that does the IGLing?
Yeah.
I know Adapt is dumb, Og is a child, and Dami stutters. So I assume it's by
Yeah,
process of
but
elimination. I would assume it's wings.
when Wings leaves, I'm gonna have to take the reins. I think.
Oh yeah, because he's turning 18. I mean, do you guys have?
Yeah.
Do you guys plan on sticking together after Wings leaves?
I think we already have our
What?
5 basically.
Oh, okay. Dude, I think
Yeah.
your mic cut out, I think. So it just
Oh, yeah,
it was
sorry.
just awkward silence, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, dude, it was silent for like 3-4 seconds. I was like, okay.
I also saw Adapt, dude. Adapt went 6-0 on Hard Breach today. That was kind of insane. But Luke Woods, it's always a pleasure. I'm glad we finally got to talk again, and I'm glad Arial and Rise are looking good. So I definitely look forward to your match next week. I look forward to you guys in playoffs because I'm pretty sure there's no way you lose that spot at all.
Yeah,
I mean, you could
there's
even
no
just
chance.
forfeit next week. Don't do that. I want to watch you guys play. But hypothetically, you could, and you would still make playoffs. So congrats on the win. You and your entire team did extremely well, and we will see you next week. Have a good night, man.
Thank you. You too.
Well, that's it.
We're
We're
done.
done. It's
That's
over.
it.
That's the night. It's
That's the
Friday as
stream.
well. No more games
It is
this
Friday.
week.
You're right.
No more, no more maps, no resurrections. It's over. We're gonna quiet it down.
The next game
Ease it.
is actually no. There was Veil Aggro was rescheduled.
Oh, you're right. I
Ferme,
forgot about that.
if you could chirp in my ear real quick. That's Monday, correct?
Yeah, we still got the weekend though. We still got the weekend.
What time on Monday?
7
All right.
a.m. It's 7 p.m. I'm just kidding.
7 p.m. EST. We will have Veil versus Aggro. That is the rescheduled game, and then the Wednesday following that, it'll be back to your regularly scheduled program. So until Monday, this is Carter and I signing off. Thank you all for joining us. Last match was a quickie. I enjoy many of those with Carter.
Was that necessary? Is that
We
really
love you all.
necessary?
Tune in Monday, 7 p.m. EST. And there's
Cut the feed.
Carter's
Cut the feed.
disappointed.
Get out of
face.
here. All right, we're shutting it down. Everyone have a good one. Veil Aggro Monday. Rest of the league next week. Playoff soon. Have a good night. I'm gonna beat up Harrison. See you next week.
A triple kill, but Son of Finn, he'll deny the plant. He's these super kills. Oh my God! Son of Finn will find more.
7 seconds left. They gotta pick up the diffuser, but Dami lines up both. Dami with the 1v3.
Device, mission shots. He's gonna have to go for the
Oh,
He pushes
Dylan!
on through. Dylan is better.
Round 2, and there's another as Tyrant is finished off, and they all line up for Bone.